everybody. Happy Hump Day Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel today. I am super excited about a new sewing series that I will be doing here on the channel. So I'm very excited about it. So welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like hauls, pattern reviews, fabric hauls, pattern hauls, all of that good stuff, and reviews of different kind, don't forget, go ahead and thumbs up this video. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell on your way out. So anyway, so I'm sitting actually in front of my sewing machine because I have these patterns stacked here, and behind me I finally found a button for my Asha. That was the Style Art Asha dress I did a review for back in December, and remember the last thing I need to do is add a new button on the back. And so I found a button, and because I'm going to wear it this weekend coming up to a little gathering. But anyway, so let me jump in. What is this all about? So pattern in focus. What is it? Why am I doing it? And who's the first pattern company? So you already know who the pattern company I will be focusing on. Now, initially when I talked about this, the idea was I would focus on, I will put up a poll at the end of the month for the following month, the pattern in focus for that next month. And so in March, I did put up a poll for voting, and I'll leave a link down below because the voting is still open. Coming up on Sunday, this is why you want to make sure you're subscribed. Sunday, I will reveal the winning pattern that you all voted on, and also the fabric that I will be using. And then we'll now tell you about when to expect it and all that good stuff, but I'll save that for Sunday's video. So today is all about what is pattern in focus, what I plan to do, and also in combination with pattern in focus is also tackling techniques. So here's the deal. Every year I talk about, at least for me, there's new, different patterns I want to try, because I have so many patterns, right? And I still buy patterns. You all know I absolutely am a fan of indie pattern companies. Huge fan. You already know that. And I'm a brand ambassador for a couple of them and test for a couple of them that absolutely love their patterns. And so, but I also enjoy a lot. I bought a lot of commercial patterns, big 4, now big 5 commercial patterns. And it's like, okay, let's make sure we keep the mix going. Not only focusing on a combination of indie and commercial patterns, but also to get into techniques. I'm always saying I want to try techniques. Oh, I want to try this, I want to try that, and never do. The whole year goes by, something new comes out, or whatever the case may be, and for whatever reason I never do that technique. And so this way I am putting myself in a position to do that on purpose. It will be purposeful, the patterns that I select and things of that nature. Now, like I said, I absolutely love indie patterns. You will still see indie patterns reviews. I have a nice fabric pattern test that's coming up that I'll be sharing with you soon. But I'm still going to be doing that. That is not changing. But I want to purposely start tackling my patterns, my commercial patterns, and getting through those. And if I try one that I don't like or don't think I'll sew up again for a commercial pattern, I can at least give it away, something like that. So yeah, so let's jump into it. So the pattern in focus, the pattern company will be Vogue. And the initial thoughts was that I would, like I said, at the end of the month, post a pattern that I would try from the pattern in focus, and then you vote on it, and then that following month I would tackle it. And the goal is to make sure that I address any fitting, show any fitting that maybe I've had to go through, any adjustments I've had to go through with the commercial pattern, and all of that, because many are asking about fit. I've noticed a lot of questions about my fitting and different things that I deal with, and different things of that nature. So so I will share that. I do have a whole playlist on different fitting, from sloping shoulder to sway back to forward shoulder adjustment, all of that I've done previously on my channel. And those techniques won't change, but I know those videos are older. I'll leave a link to that playlist up here with all of those adjustments, my common adjustments I make on patterns. But I know a lot of those videos are much older, and sometimes it's, you know, can be challenging to go back and find the playlist or the specific video. So what I will try to do going forward is, if I do make adjustments or do a hack or modification or something like that, I will try to make my best effort to include that in that video when I do the review. That being said, tackling techniques, something else I said I wanted to make sure that I do and focus on, from sharing to all different type of stuff, playing with different textiles and all of that, and sharing that process with you. So I'm doing that as well. So again, purposefully, I am picking a pattern company to focus on. Why am I doing that? For pattern and focus and tackling techniques, because in going through my patterns and seeing the different pattern companies that I have, and again, I'm just talking commercial because that's what this series will be about. I noticed that even having sewn up from the different big four, not the big five, I haven't sewn any nomies yet, but from the four, your Vogue, Butterick, McCall, Simplicity, sometimes the sewing techniques, or depending on the type of pattern, will require a different type of technique, something maybe I haven't tried before, something that's new to me. And so yeah, we're going to do that as well. So my pattern that you vote on may not include a technique tackling sewing technique, but I will add a pattern that will have that in it. And so I will share that with you. I'll share with you the 3 patterns that that is being voted on, and then I'll also share with you the other patterns in my Vogue collection. So Vogue Pattern Company is the pattern company of choice. Initially, like I said, it was just going to be, oh, next month I'll focus on, you know, you vote on this one pattern, I'll pick another pattern out of Vogue to tackle techniques, and then that was going to be it. But I was thinking about it when I was going through my Vogue. Now, mind you, I do not have a lot of Vogue patterns. Here they are. This is the extent of my Vogue patterns, and there's a couple more. I'm going to show a clip of the ones that I actually have. And when I went through them, I was surprised how many I actually have made up in the past. And when I went back through them, I was like, okay, I want to do that one again. But anyway, we'll get into it. And so I decided, in going through the patterns, the most patterns I think I own are between McCall and Simplicity. I don't have a lot of Butterick patterns either. It's probably less than this for Butterick. But you all know how I store my patterns. I'll talk about that in just a second, because that is going to change slightly when I rearrange this room, which, by the way, I've since changed how I want to lay out the room, but you will all see that in due time. So what I've decided, I was like, this is quite exciting. I'm like excited about this series for myself. So I said, why just do it for 1 month? Let me, on this quarter, so you know the years are broken up by quarters, January through March, April, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So now April is the start of a new quarter. So for the second quarter of this year, it's all going to be about, I'll put up a vote at the end of, I did it already for March. Again, we'll talk about that in a moment. I'll do it at the end of April and May. And then, so that would be a full quarter, right? Because we got April, May, and June. And that I'll put up for vote, and I will, based on what you want me to sew, I'll sew that. But I'm also going to pick another pattern in my Vogue pattern collection that I will make that month. And I'm going to try to, when I was looking at, oh, what kind of technique am I tackling? I don't have a lot of patterns in Vogue that is really like technique-y, new to me type techniques, but I'm still gonna try. I think there's a couple patterns that maybe I can maybe try a technique out of, but then a couple of them are not even in season. Like there's a couple coats that I have I'm not gonna do, obviously, but I thought that would be fun. So let me know what you think. How about for the quarter, April, May, and June, I have you vote on the pattern that I sew up that month, and then I'll choose the fabric, because the goal is for the fabric that I choose is fabric that I already have in my stash, because that's the other part of this, is that I really want to work through my stash. I do have a nice size stash. I mean, it's not bowling over or anything like that, but it's enough that I can focus on getting through my fabric stash as well as this. Also, what also made me want to do a whole quarter is because I have watched Rochelle Handmaids as Design Studios, her Vogue spring pattern review, the spring patterns that are coming out. I'll leave a link to it below. And then T from Crumpets Tea and Sewing also did a review of the new patterns that were released by Vogue for spring this year. I'll leave her video down below. And between watching those two videos, I was like, okay, I see a few that I want, that I think I'm just going to make sure I push into the rotation for this quarter. So I am so super excited, y'all. I mean, let me know what you think. Do you like this series? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you do. So let's get into it. I'm gonna share with you all of the Vogue patterns that I own. And I actually might just move over to my table. It's a bit of an overcast today, but hopefully you'll be able to see. And some of these I've made already, and a couple I'm definitely revisiting. And then I'll share with you, I have the patterns that you're voting on in my Tackling Technique Vogue pattern. So let me share with you all the Vogue patterns that I own. It's not a lot. I think I'm just going to take you over here to this table and just scan over them, and then we'll go from there, and then I'll come back over here and just share with you the ones that are being voted on. But I am so excited. Okay, let me go over here to the table. Okay, we are at the table. This is about the best I can do for you in this overcast, but real quick, I have Vogue 9253. This was really popular, and I did this. I'll pop up a picture of the ones that I've done on this side. Let me scoot this over so you can see. But I made this, but I was larger size at the time, and I did use this particular pattern. I made the largest size, but I am down to I believe for me, the way I would want it to fit, I will probably need to go down to the extra large, just to still have the room that I like. And I did adjust this to go up. I'll leave a link to that video in the iCards as well, but I made it out of Ankara. So cute. I'm revisiting this for sure. And then this one, Vogue Easy 9104, I've made this as well. I made this for my anniversary trip a couple years back. Probably it was before you know, the big C. And so I made that. I'll pop up a picture here, and I did a review. So if you want to see the review on that and my thoughts on this, I think the only tricky bit for me was something with the collar. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know I had to do some fudging for that collar, and that fabric was absolutely gorgeous. I still have the dress. I have not, I don't think I donated it. I may have. I said, or I might not have. I don't know, because the fabric was absolutely gorgeous, and it came from the UK, and I thought I said I would save it to repurpose that fabric for something else, but the more I think about it, I think I really did donate that. This one is Vogue 1839. This I consider more seasonal, something that I would do in the fall. So it's definitely not something I would do, you know, in this quarter for sure. So I'm gonna put this to the side. This one is Vogue 1840. I think this is a good one to do during this season. Let me see if I can get this to focus. But I am not in particular need of a jacket. I could use one, but it's not high on my priority list. So I will not focus on this, but this is one that I do have. This is another dress. This is Vogue 1878. Absolutely beautiful. This will definitely go in for a vote. Then I have this one. This is Vogue 1890. I absolutely love the shorter dress on here, and beautiful. It's a beautiful skirt, not dress, but skirt. So I will put that one over here as well. This one is a Sandra Betzina one. I absolutely love this. I made this. I did a review on it. This is Vogue 1510, and it's since too big. I will have to go down quite a bit in this pattern from when I made this about, it could have been 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, but this is the version that I did. And I do remember the tricky bit about this was, I want to say, it was something about, I think even with this zipper in the front, which is functional, there was a zipper in the back. And I later discovered there was no need for the back zipper since you had the front zipper and you can just pull the thing pretty much over your head. And so this is the one I'm actually getting ready to sew up again because I wore this so much, so much. So this is something that is actually going on my sewing table this week. This one is, so you'll see a review on this here soon. You'll see a review coming up on this, a revisit of this in my thoughts. But this is Vogue, let's see here, 1612. Also another beautiful dress, and so have not made this. And then this is Vogue 1676, another beautiful dress. And I would definitely adjust this piece up here. And by adjust, I mean I would grade this out. So I'll have to see how the pattern lays on me. But just imagine I will come in, yeah, I wouldn't have such a deep V, but this dress is absolutely beautiful. And you can really play with some stripes. I don't have any striped fabric, which is fine, but yeah, this is gorgeous. And then this one is Vogue 1671. Also another beautiful one. I like the shorter version. For me, I don't like skirts that go, I like to my knee and just a little bit below my knee, maybe a ½ inch below my knee is my sweet spot. I don't like anything high above my knee, and I typically don't like anything this long unless it's like a maxi tank dress or something like that is usually only when I like things longer. But yeah, this one is another good one. This one, because I was, you all remember I was on my moto jacket spree, but this is Vogue 1714. Not seasonal, not something that I will focus on now, so this is a go to the side. And also seasonal is this one, Vogue 1754. Also seasonal, but very nice. I like the lighter or the shorter one version of that, but again, seasonal, not something that I would sew up now. And I have a couple in my book here. You all know how I store my patterns. I typically put the pattern envelope in these sheet protectors. What I've decided to do going forward is I will not do this step until I've made the pattern, because then it will help me determine if I want to keep the pattern. And so why separate it? After I thought about it, I was like, well, why separate it out of the envelope and everything and go through all of this, and then and I never decide to sew it up. So anyway, let me show you the couple that I have in the book. Okay, I have this Paco Peralta one. This is Vogue 1593. This was back in 2018 when I got that, and it actually wasn't in my size range, so that's why I never made it. But this is, but I remember people flocked to this and made this up. So super cute. I'll definitely put that up for a vote probably. Then we have this Sandra Betzina one, 1234. I've always wanted to make this and never got around to it. I think this is such a beautiful dress. So it'll probably go up for a vote as well. But we shall see. And then this one, this Sandra Betzina one, 1452. absolutely love this off the shoulder, but then you have this one piece, so you still have your bra coverage, is what I absolutely loved about this. So yeah, that is so cute, so super cute. And to me, both of these look exactly the same. I'm not sure what the difference is between these two, so I just think it's just A and B, these two descriptions here. Okay, then this is from 2018. This is Vogue 9029. Have not done anything with this yet. This has been sitting forever. I don't know if I'll ever make this. Every time I go through a D-stash, I always want to put this in the D-stash, but then something always has me hold on to it. So it might be prime picking for a hack of some sort, is what I'm thinking. But we shall see. But I'm going to hang on to it. Okay, this one is Vogue 1036, and I did make this. I made this in collaboration with Crystal from Crystal Souls and Stuff. I'll put up a picture here as well as a link to our video with the full review. This was a good one. Now this is labor intensive because this baby has a lot of pattern pieces, but it was so good. And I actually still have this jacket even though it's too big for me, but I can, you know, I can kind of sport it like a little coat type thing. And so yes, I think I held on to this. This might have been one now that I'm thinking about it, I did donate before we moved, because there was some pieces I was hanging on to that I was like, oh, I'm gonna hang on to it because of da 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 da. I might have donated this one. I may have. I don't know. I have to look. Okay, this one is Vogue 1592. I may have done a video about this. I may not have, but I tossed this, meaning I stopped working on it because it was something with the pattern pieces was all a mess, was just a mess. I thought this jacket was so nice, but I had cut into it, and I think so much that it wasn't worth donating, so I just kept this here. And so, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend this pattern. As cute as that jacket is, yeah, it just gave me too much trouble. And then my final Vogue is Vogue 1700. You all know I made this. For those who follow me, I made this as well. I'll pop up a picture. I made this version, and I absolutely love this top. The thing that I know I needed to work, and I'll put a link for the review, but this here section, the bodice piece above the skirt, I needed to lengthen. It was too short in the torso right here. And I have a short torso, but this area was still extremely short. And so, yeah, I needed to lengthen that and do some adjustments around this area. So yeah, that was a good one. I made that. So, all right, let's get back to the voting. Okay, so I have a decent collection of Vogue, but as you can tell, I do not have a lot. Let's talk about the ones that I'm voting on, and I'll share with you the technique tackling I'm doing. It is for Vogue 1888, and I'll pop up a picture. But as you can see, I want to do the dress version. So I want to do this dress version. I will have to measure the tier, this lower piece right here, to make sure it goes down far enough for me. But this here is a loose fitting pullover top that has a low V-neck. So for me, depending on the V, I'll have to measure that. But it has a ruche bodice, bias neck, and armhole facing, a drop shoulder, front ties, elastic waist, and it says it goes for woven fabric. So you have different from challis to gauze to poplin, and so I do have some fabric coming in from Minerva. This is going to be my Minerva fabric project I am going to use for this, but I will definitely keep the opening as it is. I'm thinking, but what I will do, you all know what I'm getting ready to say. I will be wearing a tank. under that, because I do like the double ties, but yeah, I will be wearing a tank up under that. So unless there's an option, I can't really tell because one of the views on the back shows it all the way closed up, so I'm not sure if that is an option. Yeah, I will definitely do that, but other than that, I like that, and I've had this pattern since last year, so it is time to make it up. So I decided to use this as my tackling techniques because of all of the ruching that's involved, and I have not done this type of ruching before, this level, you know, this much in-depth ruching. So I just want to see what it's like, share with you my thoughts on that whole ruching technique of the bodice, and yeah, I'll definitely share with you any adjustments. You will see this in April. That will be coming up in April. And then the 3 patterns that I have down for a vote, if you see my community tab, you know the voting is over there. And so I will definitely on Sunday share with you which one won and what fabric I plan to use. So the first pattern that was up for vote is Vogue 1747. I really like this. It is a shirt dress. I like the different views for this, and it does have, you can do the optional tie belt. I do plan to do the tie belt. The one that wins here, I do plan to wear at an event that I have in April, and it's at the end of April, so you'll definitely see this before April is over, because that's the point, right, of the voting. So 1747. Then there is 1783, another shirt dress. I also like this. Obviously the shorter version. I don't like the longer versions of dresses like that, but the shorter version. And I do like the view A that the lady is wearing in the all white. And when I look at the line drawings, I see that there is quite a bit of style lines. So yeah, that will be interesting. But either way, it is up there for a vote as well. And then the last one up for vote is Vogue 1882. This is one I've also bought. I think some of these I bought all at the same time. But anyway, this is Vogue 1882. I do like this, and particularly because of the little strap accent at the top. And obviously that is a deep V, but I would adjust that for sure. And so I do like that, the shorter version. And so the one that is already pretty much what everybody loves is Vogue 1747, and I love that as well. And it is, yeah, it's the one that's leaning towards definitely winning. So make sure if you haven't voted and you want to vote, have some input on what I focus on for next month, which of these 3, definitely head on over to the vote. So yeah, that is it. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. Again, let me know what you think about this. Are you excited about the whole focusing on a pattern every month, a particular pattern company, I should say, and then having the opportunity to vote on the pattern based on what, you know, I show you. And as you can tell, I don't have a ton, and quite a few I've already sewn up in the past, so which makes me feel good that I'm not too far behind on the Vogue ones, patterns that I have in my stash. But wait till we get to Simplicity and McCall's, y'all. That's a whole nother ball game. Yeah, I won't get through all those in a quarter for sure, but anyway, that's the goal. So like I said, I still will be sewing up indie patterns, so you will see reviews for indie patterns still coming up next month, some releases, different things of that nature. So I'll still be sharing all of that, but I did really want to give some time and lean on some commercial patterns, some different patterns to sink my teeth into, and to really, you know, get out that sewing technique that, you know, I've always wanted to try and never tried. I have never done buttonholes on my Genome HD 3000. So, and that's part of the reason why I did pick a couple shirt dresses, because I was like, you know, I need to force myself to do buttonholes on the Genome HD 3000. And so that is what I do plan to do for sure. So yeah, I think that is it. Make sure that you are following over on Instagram, because I will have a fun announcement, something else coming up over there on Instagram. So make sure you are staying tuned. That will be, I think that's scheduled for next week, but you'll see, you'll hear all about that then. But in the meantime, stay tuned for Sunday's video, which will be the reveal. Which one did I pick and what fabric did I choose? So that is it for today. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. You all have a blessed rest of your week, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye.